Are aliens real?
They're real.
When a former president of the United States admits that, the denial is over. Welcome back to Mystery Caught on Camera. Today, we are analyzing 15 of the most disturbing alien encounters ever recorded, from entities stalking suburban homes to biological subjects held in secret labs. We are no longer asking if they are here. We are asking, what do they want? Are you looking at the biggest discovery in human history, or a digital lie? Let's find out. Pale alien figure filmed. Walking in desert test site. We begin with a piece of vintage footage that has circulated for years, allegedly smuggled from a classified test site in Nevada, often associated with Area 51. The film quality is grainy, consistent with 8mm cameras from the Cold War era, capturing a barren, sun-baked landscape. Walking openly in the daylight is a bipedal figure that does not match human proportions. It stands upright with an extremely thin torso, long limbs, and a distinctively large bulbous cranium. Skeptics often claim this is a puppet or a test dummy used for radiation experiments. However, the movement suggests otherwise. The entity walks with a fluid, natural gait, shifting its weight on the uneven terrain in a way that animatronics of the 1960s simply could not replicate. It pauses, turning its head to survey the horizon, displaying a silhouette that has become the archetype for extraterrestrial life. Is this a sophisticated special effect or historical documentation of a non-human guest? Recovered alien. Treated by medical staff. 1947. If moment one was a distant observation, this footage brings us uncomfortably close. Circulating online as a classified leak, this black and white film is claimed to be recorded in 1947, shortly after the infamous Roswell incident in New Mexico. The video depicts a chaotic medical scene inside a dimly lit tent or facility. We see a humanoid subject that is clearly not human, sitting upright, while being attended to by medical personnel in surgical masks. The creature possesses the classic gray anatomy, a fragile, narrow frame, supporting a disproportionately large, bulbous head. Its facial features are minimal, with a small mouth and nose, dominated by large, dark, almond-shaped eyes that seem to express pain or confusion. Unlike the famous alien autopsy hoax, the subject here appears to be alive and conscious. A doctor is seen holding the creature, possibly checking its vitals or trying to stabilize it while the being looks weak and disoriented. Is this the exact moment human science pivoted from denial to obsession? If this footage is authentic, it documents the first time a doctor looked into the eyes of a patient from another world and realized we were no longer the center of the universe. Two hikers pursued by small gray aliens in U.S. forest. Most alien encounters describe lights in the sky, but this terrifying handheld footage captures the threat on the ground. Recorded in a dense forest in the United States, rumored to be Kentucky or Ohio, the video starts in panic. Two men are running breathlessly down a dirt trail, the camera shaking violently as they flee from something behind them. When the cameraman turns back for a split second, we see what they are running from. Standing on the path are two distinct small humanoid figures. They are not animals, and they do not look like children in costumes. They possess slate gray skin, thin bodies, and disproportionately large heads. They are not hiding. They are standing openly on the trail watching the men run. Skeptics argue this could be a staged prank with puppets or costumes, but the sheer terror in the men's sprint and the remote location of the encounter suggests otherwise. If this is a hoax, why are the actors so far out in the wilderness? And if it's not, then what exactly were those two things claiming the forest as their territory? Small alien walking freely with military personnel at secure facility. We are often told that if aliens arrived, it would be a war. But this surreptitious footage allegedly filmed through the perimeter fence of Area 51 or a similar black site suggests a much more unsettling reality cooperation. In the clip recorded from a distance across a desert compound, we see a military transport truck with its rear doors open. Flanking the vehicle are uniformed soldiers, likely MPs, but walking casually among them is a small bipedal figure that is unmistakably non-human. It possesses a slender frame and a large bulbous head reaching only the waist height of the soldiers. The most chilling detail is not the alien itself, but the body language of the men around it. There are no weapons drawn. There is no panic. The entity is not being dragged or restrained. It is walking alongside them as if this is a routine shift change. They interact with a casual familiarity that implies this is not their first meeting. If this footage is real, it proves that the government isn't just hiding aliens, they are working with them. Gray alien, peeking from doorway in suburban home. 2005. The most terrifying alien encounters don't happen in a spaceship, they happen in your own hallway. This footage, time-stamped March 5, 2005 at 3:10 a.m., was allegedly recorded by a homeowner in a quiet U.S. suburb after hearing strange noises downstairs. What the camera captures peeking from behind the doorframe is the stuff of nightmares. It is a face that everyone recognizes instantly. The creature possesses the exact characteristics of the textbook Gray Alien, a massive bulbous cranium, pale, hairless skin, and large, slanted black eyes that reflect no light. It doesn't jump out or scream. Instead, it exhibits intelligent, cautious behavior. It hides behind the wall, slowly leaning out to observe the cameraman, then pulling back into the shadows. This isn't a vague shape in the distance. It is a clear, close-up look at the archetype of extraterrestrial life. Skeptics call it a rubber mask, but the way the skin catches the low light and the fluidity of its movement has convinced many that on this night the visitor wasn't a burglar, it was something far worse. Gray entity, staring through bedroom window. We are conditioned to believe that once we lock our doors and close our curtains, we are safe. But this chilling footage recorded by a resident in the United States suggests that glass is not a barrier to them, it is just a display case. The video captures a dark window frame at night. Suddenly, a pale face presses against the glass emerging from the pitch-black void outside. It is not a human face. The entity possesses a massive, dome-shaped cranium that tapers down to a narrow chin with two large black almond-shaped eyes that dominate its features. The stillness of the creature is what makes it truly disturbing. It doesn't bang on the glass or try to enter. It simply stares its expressionless face, hovering like a ghost. Is this an elaborate prank with a high-quality mask? Or did this person just catch a watcher in the act of studying its subjects while they sleep? Close-up archive footage of gray biological subject. Before the age of CGI and viral hoaxes, there was this tape, often cited as one of the earliest and most compelling pieces of evidence ever leaked. This monochromatic footage presents a gray alien, not as a monster, but as a prisoner. The camera focuses tightly on the upper body of a living entity. Its anatomy is shocking in its detail. The head is immensely oversized, a bulbous dome that seems too heavy for the incredibly thin, fragile neck supporting it. The facial features are distinct yet minimal. A small nose and mouth dominated by large, deep-set eyes that blink and shift with a level of micro-expression that practical effects artists struggle to replicate even today. The presence of a time code at the bottom of the frame suggests this was part of a longer official documentation. The being does not look threatening. It looks tired, perhaps even old. Is this a sophisticated puppet from a forgotten sci-fi project? Or are we looking at Patient Zero, the first time humanity managed to put a face to the visitors we had feared for centuries? Tall, gray humanoid, escorted by soldiers at military airbase. We are conditioned to think of extraterrestrials as small, fragile, little green men. But this footage allegedly leaked from a secure airfield, often linked to Area 51, introduces a different class of visitor at Titan. Walking across the tarmac is a humanoid figure that towers over the military personnel surrounding it. While the soldiers appear to be of average height, this entity stands anywhere from 8 to 9 feet tall. It possesses the classic smooth gray skin and an elongated cranium, but its physical build is far more robust and imposing than the typical gray. The formation of the soldiers is what draws the most scrutiny. 2 walk ahead and 2 walk behind, matching the creature's pace. They do not appear to be dragging a prisoner. The entity walks with a long, confident stride, its arms swinging loosely by its sides. Is this a prisoner transfer of a dangerous biological asset? Or does the body language suggest something far more concerning, that the soldiers are not guards, but an honor guard for a superior officer? Aliens interacting near landed disc in forest. Trail cameras are designed to catch deer or stray coyotes. But this footage, time-stamped October 4th, claims to capture an intergalactic pit stop. In a clearing deep in the woods, a classic metallic disc sits resting on the forest floor. Surrounding it are 3 small gray humanoid figures. They aren't just posing. They seem to be communicating. One kneels as if inspecting the terrain, while another stands watch, and a third lingers near the hull of the craft. It looks like the definitive proof we have been waiting for. But look closer. The lighting is remarkably soft and cinematic for a gritty, low-resolution trail camera. The aliens have a smooth, almost plastic texture, and the saucer design feels almost too perfect, like a retro sci-fi movie prop. This brings us to a modern problem. Is this a genuine landing captured by luck? Or is it a product of generative AI created by a prompt, like aliens fixing UFO in woods? The date stamp says October, but the technology behind this image might be from the future of computing, not another planet. 2. Dark aliens approaching witnesses, near landed craft. Zimbabwe, 1994. On September 16, 1994, at the Aerial School in Ruwa, Zimbabwe, 62 schoolchildren claimed they saw something land in the brush during their morning break. This footage visualizes exactly what they described. In the middle of a dry, grassy field, a classic silver disc-shaped object sits motionless. Standing guard in front of it are 2 humanoid figures. Unlike the pale grays, we usually see these entities appear dark, almost black, with slender bodies and large heads. The terror in this clip comes from the perspective. The camera is low at the eye level of a child watching as the beings begin to move toward the school. The children reported receiving telepathic messages warning them about technology and the environment. Skeptics call it mass hysteria. But looking at this scene, ask yourself, how could 62 children hallucinate the exact same nightmare at the exact same time? Small alien evades predator by hiding in waste container. Nature videos usually show lions chasing gazelles, but this chaotic handheld footage captures a neighborhood dog chasing an alien. The video starts in a panic. A small pale alien is seen sprinting across a paved area, its limbs flailing but moving with surprising speed. It is being pursued aggressively by a large dog that seems intent on catching it. Cornered against a wall, the alien displays remarkable agility. Instead of fighting, it leaps towards a row of waste bins. In a split second, it scrambles up and dives into or behind a black trash container using the clutter for cover. The most interesting part is the intelligence displayed. The dog arrives seconds later, sniffing around the blue and green bins, completely confused and losing the scent. Once the coast is clear, the alien reemerges, proving it possesses a high-level survival instinct. Is this a CGI experiment or a stray alien learning how to survive in the suburbs? Pale alien peeking through residential window. There is an unwritten rule that says we are safe inside our own homes. But this terrifying footage recorded by a terrified resident in Ohio or possibly Michigan suggests that for them, the walls are not a barrier, they are just a window display. The video captures a dark, reflective window pane at night. Suddenly, a pale, ghostly face presses close to the glass. It is completely hairless with a smooth, chalk-white complexion that stands out against the darkness. The facial features are sunken with dark, hollow eyes and a small mouth resembling the classic gray alien archetype. What makes this clip so unsettling is the alien's behavior. It isn't trying to break in. It is simply hovering there, peering into the living space with a cold, calculated curiosity. Is this a neighbor playing a cruel prank with a mask, or did this homeowner catch a watcher in the act of studying its human subjects? Small alien figure fleeing into roadside vegetation. Most encounter stories describe intimidating giants, but this footage recorded on a lonely road at night captures something far more vulnerable: a child. Standing frozen in the headlights is a tiny, pale, alien figure. It possesses the classic anatomy: gray skin, slender limbs, and a massive head with deep black eyes, but its proportions suggest it is an infant. The reaction is immediate panic. As the vehicle approaches, the small alien turns and scrambles awkwardly toward the safety of the tall grass. It dives into the darkness, moving with a clumsy desperation that feels disturbingly real. But this brings us to the modern dilemma. The lighting on the skin is perfect. The shadows are razor sharp. Is this a lost biological entity separated from its parents? Or are we looking at the output of a prompt like "baby alien on road realistic lighting," typed into a high-end AI generator? The fear in its eyes looks real, but in 2025 computers can fake fear better than actors. Grotesque alien entity inspecting front porch camera. Doorbell cameras are meant to catch package thieves. But this footage recorded at 6:00 a.m. in a quiet American suburb captured a thief from another world. The fisheye lens reveals a shocking, grotesque biological entity pushing its face directly into the camera. Unlike the smooth, fragile grays we have seen earlier, this alien appears robust and terrifying. It features rough, textured skin that looks almost reptilian, deep, hollow eye sockets, and a thick, muscular neck structure. It doesn't try to hide. It inspects the device with an intense, predatory curiosity, bringing its eye right up to the lens as if trying to understand the technology. Skeptics claim this is a high-budget mask used for a prank. But if you opened your door to get the morning paper and saw this standing on your porch, would you stop to ask if it was fake? Alien nest discovered in remote cave system, Kentucky. In late 2023, a group of spelunkers exploring a remote, unmapped section of the cave systems near Mammoth Cave, Kentucky, claimed to have found a hidden chamber. They weren't looking for aliens. They were looking for new passages. Instead, their flashlight beam hit this. Emerging from the absolute darkness is a high-definition nightmare. The alien stands just feet away, its pale gray skin glowing in the artificial light, with massive, void-like black eyes staring directly at the intruders. The anatomy is terrifyingly detailed, showing the clavicle structure and the smooth, synthetic-looking texture of its skin. But the true horror is revealed when you look over its shoulder. It is not alone. In the shadows behind it, a second alien face is visible, lurking in the background. This implies that this isn't a crash survivor, it is a nest. Skeptics argue this image is too clear, possibly a high-end silicone model or a render. But if it is real, it confirms what many have feared for decades. The aliens are not coming from the sky anymore. They are coming from beneath our feet. From the forests of Texas to the caves of Kentucky, the evidence is piling up. Are these 15 moments proof of a biological reality? Or are they the greatest digital hoaxes of our time? Science says we are alone. The camera says otherwise. I want to know your verdict. Which moment scared you the most? Tell me in the comments below. And subscribe to Mystery Caught on Camera, because the only thing scarier than what we found is what is still hiding in the dark.